Orga's in the house! I just bought this super special edition of Kong Skull Island. It includes a Blu-ray 3D, a Blu-ray, a digital, and a virtual reality version of the movie. Well, I've got my VR headset right here, so let's give this a go. Virtual insanity! Whoa, this is crazy. It's like I'm really at Skull Island.
Hey!
It's King Kong! It's really King Kong!
Welcome to the Skull Island VR experience. Would you like to set a language? ¿Te gustaría establecer un idioma?
Can I ask a question?
Accessing server.
Hi, this is Gina from customer support. How may I help you?
So, Kong Skull Island is the second movie in the Legendary Pictures Monsterverse. You share a continuity with the 2014 Godzilla film.
Correct.
And the next movie will be a Godzilla sequel called Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Correct.
But this poster for your movie says you're the king, and your name is King Kong. So who's the real king here?
Let me ask my manager. Please hold.
Your call is very important to us. Please remain on the line. You're a number 13. Hey, this is Steve. I'm the manager here. So after the next Godzilla film, we're going to make Godzilla vs. King Kong. Tagline, there can only be one king.
Nice.
You got it. Have a great day.
All right, let's watch the film. Kong Skull Island repeats some of the same problems that were present in Godzilla 2014. A mess of severely underdeveloped characters whose names you'll never remember, too much focus on the wrong characters, and a first act that's better than the rest of the film. However, what this film lacks in strong characters it makes up for in great effects, some amazing tributes to past films, good acting from some likable actors, and above all else, it's fun! 3.5 stars! Yeah, I got to see a giant monkey smash helicopters. And also Brie Larson. 20 stars! What? I'm a fan of hers. Fine, 3.5. But seriously, who wouldn't enjoy this movie?
Accessing IMDb reviews.
What? These reviews are way too harsh. Why did 14 helicopter pilots fly within SWAT range of the beast? So we could see a fucking monkey smash helicopters! Who doesn't want to see that? Ugh, whatever. In my opinion, this movie merges two film genres together in a really unique and fun way. On one hand, you have the classic fantastic voyage genre, the exploration of a land lost in time. And they really did make Skull Island quite a wondrous island to explore. And then the film merges this with an homage to classic Vietnam War films. It's a beautiful tribute to films like Apocalypse Now, even if it does sometimes get a little too on the nose.
Thank you. Yes. Negative reviews were much too harsh on Kong.
Well, buddy, you just gotta shake that off. Taylor knows what I'm talking about. But look, there are some characterization issues we should address. And that's where I'm gonna focus this review because honestly, I really did enjoy the rest of the film. So first things first. Question. Who is the protagonist of this film? Well, a lot of signs point to James Conrad, played by Tom Hiddleston. He gets top billing, he's prominent in ads and publicity photos, he's the center of most of the shots he's in, but is he the protagonist? And did you even know his name was James Conrad? What do we know about this character? What's his dramatic need? We're told he's a mercenary. He's got like basically every skill the script needs him to have. But what does he want? Early in the film, we meet a lot of characters very fast, because the movie rushes a little bit to get us to Skull Island. A wise choice, in my opinion. Many of these characters have a very specific reason to go to Skull Island. A dramatic need. Bill Randa and Houston Brooks want to stop the government from shutting down Monarch by proving the existence of monsters. That's a really cool idea, and I love that we learned the origin of Monarch. Preston Packard is a soldier in need of a war. He's happy to have a mission because it gives him purpose. Mason Weaver wants to get that news-breaking photo and expose what she thinks is a government cover-up. Oh, Brie Larson. Brie Larson! And James Conrad is getting paid. That's kind of it. I mean, they vaguely imply that he's in search of something and that he can't, quote, come home from the war, but they never really follow up on what that is, if he found it, and how that makes him feel. In the second act, everyone's need is to get off the island, but they also maintain their original needs. Randa and Brooke still want to prove the monster's existence and learn about him. Packard still wants a war, this time with Kong. Weaver's still taking pictures. Brie Larson. And Conrad, I mean, we still don't know him. He still has survival skills, but seriously, who the fuck is this guy? Unlike the chunk of wood from Godzilla, Conrad is still somewhat of a pleasure to watch. But back to the original question, is he the protagonist? I need to shift movies for a moment. I really like Jurassic World, but something has always felt off about it. I watched that film 5 times before I realized something. It's like the director and the cinematographer really want the character of Owen to be the protagonist. Again, he gets top billing, he's in the center of most shots, etc., etc. But it's almost like the screenwriter wants Claire to be the protagonist. Claire gets a dramatic need, Claire has a story arc, Claire saves Owen multiple times and is responsible for saving the day in the end, even if you think it's dumb that she can run in heels. When all is said and done, Claire is the protagonist of Jurassic World.
Does that mean Brie Larson is the protagonist here?
I fucking wish, you damn dirty ape. Mason Weaver does do some cool stuff, but in the end, she hits the same issues as Conrad. We don't really know a whole lot about her. Except that she's beautiful.
What about Colonel Packard?
I'd consider Packard the antagonist, and a damn good one. I love how they establish how he identifies himself by war missions, and he would have looked for any excuse to attack the creatures on Skull Island. I really love this character, but he's not the protagonist.
So who is it already? Tell me.
Well, first, I'd like to go back to my living room. I'm getting virtually bitten by virtual mosquitoes out here.
Can I come?
You're not real, though.
Then how about this? We'll use my VR headset to go to a recreation of your living room.
Virtual reality within virtual reality. I gotta see this. Oh man, my mind just shit itself.
So who's the protagonist in Kong?
Oh, that's easy. I say it's this guy, Hank Marlowe.
The crazy goofy guy?
Think about it. The movie opens on him. The movie ends on him. His dramatic need has always been to get home to his wife, have a beer, and watch the game. Admittingly, he is a little shy of a compelling character arc. He does make mention of a soldier named Gunpeo Akari, and how they were enemies but learned to be friends. But that all happens off camera and is mentioned in passing. Marlowe had the bulk of his arc before the main story even begins. But he still had it, and it is referenced, unlike Conrad, who got neither. So I say Marlowe is the protagonist, but still a somewhat weak one.
How would you fix it? Do that thing where you suggest tiny tweaks that makes a huge difference.
You do that thing where you shut the fuck up. I guess if you really want Conrad to be the protagonist, you gotta go into why he's decommissioned, why he's drinking his life away at a bar, why he'd really want to go to Skull Island, and what he learns. Maybe war fucked him up and he's a cynical prick now who thinks humanity isn't worth much. Then he hears Marlowe's story about Akari, and he realizes that war is stupid and enemies can work together. Not only that, but we have to. And maybe that's what inspires him to help save Kong at the end. Keep everything the same, just start Conrad as a hardened vet who's kind of a prick, and then he softens up as the film goes. Make him the exact opposite of the antagonist, who learns nothing, and is killed by his own hubris.
You should write screenplays.
I'm too busy with my My Little Pony fanfiction.
Did you like the Skull Crawlers? They were cool, right?
Yeah, they were pretty cool. Could have been cooler, but not bad.
I'd like to see you say that to one's face.
Oh, I totally would. Nothing? Okay. Moving on. I have to say I really fucking loved Kong in this movie. He's totally a sympathetic badass. I like that he looks exhausted from maintaining balance on the island and being the last of his kind. Just one thing, though.
What's that?
Did we really have to do another fucking scene of the humans and monsters staring at each other and having a connection? God damn it! Is every monster movie going to do this now?
It's establishing a connection with Weaver. You know how Kong loves the ladies? And it pays off later when he saves her.
You don't suddenly have a profound understanding by staring into an animal's eyes. I did that to my dog once and he bit my dick off.
What?
In Peter Jackson's version of King Kong, there's an adorable scene where Naomi Watts' character finds a way to communicate with Kong and earn his trust. It's a better version of the idea of a human establishing a connection with Kong, as opposed to this scene which feels very rushed and very late in the film for this.
I fucking love blondes.
Ugh, but whatever, I forgive the goddamn scene because all in all, this is a fun movie that merges two genres, does have a few interesting characters, and does make some effort to flesh out the supporting characters. They just forgot to flesh out the main one, or they focused on the wrong guy. I really do recommend Kong Skull Island. There's some really great cinematography in this film. The visuals are a lot of fun. You do find yourself caring about most of the characters. And also, Lee Bryson. Watch it and just ignore Conrad, which will be easy because he really doesn't say a lot in the entire second act of the film. Focus on Marlowe and have a blast. So how do we disconnect from this thing?
I'm not sure. Maybe we should use this VR headset here and see where it takes us.
Ooh, okay. Where the fuck am I? Hello? Virtual Kong? Where'd you go? Ah, shit. Why couldn't this be a Married to Brie Larson simulator?